What's up, horror fam? Welcome back to the channel. So for today's trailer review and reaction, we are taking a look at Popeye's Revenge. Now, you know we've covered this, not only this particular film, but also the other Popeye film that's supposed to be coming out, Popeye the Slayer Man. Now, these are part of that broad stroke of public domain Disney characters that have been making their way through the horror genre. Now, to my understanding, these two films, at least the Popeye characters, are not a part of the Poonaverse, the Monstersverse that is currently going on right now, and that there's actually going to be a Monsters Assemble film that's supposed to come out this year that will have all those other characters like Winnie the Pooh, Bambi. It's supposed to have Peter Pan as well. That the Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare is supposed to be getting a very limited theatrical run on January 13th, 14th, and 15th, and we've been covering off on that film extensively as far as the trailers, the clips, everything that comes across with that film, because for me, looking across the Poonaverse, that one feels, again, to be the most grounded, where I could strip away anything to do with Peter Pan and it would feel like a true horror film, a true slasher film. The rest of them don't really feel that way. Now, when we first came across Popeye's Revenge a couple months ago, we did a video on it. We did look at the first images that came from it. We didn't get a lot of images. I think there was only like 2 or 3, and it looked good. The images that they portrayed, it made it seem like this was going to be a pretty good film for what it was going to be, keeping in mind it was going to be based off of Popeye the Sailor Man. Now, looking at this trailer, though, I've looked at the first 10 to 15 seconds of it. This does not look good. This looks to be probably the most low budget of the Poonaverse or public domain films. I know I keep saying Poonaverse, even though I don't believe it's part of that universe, but maybe I can better off put it as the Disney public domain characters. Let's put it that way. That this one probably looks to be the least compelling of them all. You can tell it's just trying to pull from so many different classic horror films and just putting it in this Mod Podge pot and just trying to then push it out and say, we use Popeye the Sailor Man and here you go. So we're going to dive into this trailer and see what this one's about.
It all started with a scream.
You know, he's coming when the fog rolls in. It was 15 years ago the little boy they called Popeye drowned. Let's see if Popeye's ghost wants to play with May.
I think I just saw someone.
What are you doing driving down here? There's nothing down here apart from an abandoned old house.
Yeah, that's Popeye's house, sir. My parents own the place.
Now that is an eyesore.
It's coming to get you.
What are you?
It's Popeye. He's back.
Wow, I'm not even sure what to say on this trailer, everyone. That was a minute. Let me see, a minute and 41 second trailer. That was a hard 1 minute and 41 seconds to watch. Now, I know these are low budget films. I know these are very independent films. However, the few scenes, especially that first scene we saw of Popeye when he went to take his pipe in his mouth, the way he looked, the blood on his face looked very bad. The makeup looked bad. Despite a few kills with the anchor that looked somewhat decent, The rest of it looked really bad. I don't even really know what to say. The acting. So there was a point where they were in the woods, and the girl in the red dress, right before the net drops on top of her, it looks like something like a rope goes around her feet. And if you look quickly, it almost looks like she, as she was acting, she forgot to react to the fact that something was around her feet. And so she quickly looks down, then realizes, oh, I'm being filmed, I need to act, and then starts to freak out and scream. Then the net drops, and the scene continues. So that stood out. But the makeup on, especially for Popeye, just does not look good. The kills, again, besides there was the one where he used the anchor to come down on somebody, and then there was a girl in a hot tub that he used the anchor on as well. Beyond some of those kills, this doesn't look very good. And it just looks to be that you have these standard, and you've heard me use this phrase before, rinse and repeat. This looks very much like you have a group of young teenagers, young kids going out in the middle of nowhere, out to this cabin, and there's this story, there's this myth, this urban legend, and we saw an older man like, well, what are you guys going to do out here? They come across the cabin, and then it seems like there's some updated amenities to this cabin, and then Popeye somehow, for whatever reason, shows up, because we see him jumping off of a boat, or off his boat on a dock. So I'd imagine, is this the urban legend that this time of year Popeye, comes out and they just happen to be at the cabin at that time of year or on that specific date or weekend, and then he kills who's ever in the cabin. And of course the cliche of the spinach can, where they meaning Popeye or somebody, assuming it's Popeye, rolls it up underneath a curtain and everyone sees it, and you see this little bit of spinach in this can. There's no tag on the can, but you can assume it is spinach because there's a piece of it hanging out. And then we go on to a few more kills, and that's where the trailer pretty much ends. I'm going to be honest, guys. That was a minute and 41 seconds I wish I can get back in my life. I'm typically very positive. I'm typically very supportive of films, especially when they're independent films in the horror genre, because this is the genre that I love. But this one hurts a little bit. I did have higher expectations on this one, so hopefully when we get to see the trailer for Popeye the Slayer Man, hopefully that one will look a little bit better. If you do a comparison to what Popeye looks like in that film or those pictures compared to this one, that one looks a little bit more cartoon accurate versus this one. They're just, he's got the big forearms, he's got like the costume, he's got the pipe, and then they're just calling him Popeye. Beyond that, what references are there really that make him truly look like the public domain character? So yeah, guys, I don't know on this one. I mean, I'll probably still see it. I won't, if this makes a theatrical run, I probably won't see it in the theater. This will probably be one I will wait to either be able to rent or stream on one of the various streaming services I have. But yeah, this will not be one I see in theaters, just because I don't think it'll be worth the cost. I'm all for supporting the horror genre. I'm all for supporting independent films, but this one's going to be a tough one to get behind. So anyways, let us know what you think in the comment section. Are you looking forward to this one, or were you looking forward to this one and now you're not, based on this trailer? Let us know down in the comment section, and if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And to all the new subscribers, thank you for the support. We do truly appreciate it. And let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about the public domain space with these Disney characters. Do you think we're going a bit too far with this, right? I mean, we're getting just a handful more of these films this year, plus they're going to do a Monsters Assemble film, bringing them all together, with some of them being villains. Like Peter Pan is known to be one of the villains in that film, along with some others. So again, let us know down in the comment section. Otherwise, we will see you at the next one. Peace.